I was supposed to go to bed like half hour ago, whatever. We're just chatting. It's after it's almost midnight. We're gonna be able to update the scoreboard. Do you guys want to update the scoreboard for the Twitter game live? Mike Harlow, last time I checked, still hadn't talked about me today. Mike Harlow might be 2 points up. If you don't know what the Twitter game is, we have 7 more minutes. So the Twitter game, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. I'll show you guys the game. And then I will continue to go through the chat. We can talk. Oh yeah, Keri was losing her shit. Well, no, Keri started losing her shit last night. So the Twitter game is a game that, well, let me share screen. So, I am sick and tired of the 2 years of nonsense that I have had to endure at the hands of the good Christian town crier, otherwise known as Keri Smith, fame whore Baron Munchausen, otherwise known as Mike Harlow, stepmom, otherwise known as Deb Philman, and the Queen from England, who has no name because he doesn't deserve one. I am sick of having to deal with the bullshit. I'm sick of it. They talk about me all the time. They say they used to say things like so they would say things like, if Carlin would just stop talking about us, we'll stop talking about her. Carlin is really the one causing this. If she just stops, we'll stop. Well, a funny thing happened. I got banned on Twitter for a month. So I literally could not talk about that. I was fucking permanently banned on Twitter for a month. So you would have thought in that month they would have fucking stopped talking about me. But they didn't. Every single day, they continued to talk about me. And so when I came back on Twitter, I decided to start a little game. And for every single, I am keeping track. And every time the good Christian, the fame whore, stepmom, or the queen go one day without talking about me, they get a point. Okay? If they then talk about me, they lose their point and they go back to 0. And the goal of this game is that I would like one of them to hit 30 days. The winner, this is where it's at in my head. I may expand it to 60 days. I might, but I don't even think we're going to get to 30. I would really like to incentivize the 4 of them to go 1 month without talking about me. Because it takes 30 days to build a habit. I want to give them as much incentive as possible to stop talking about me, to focus on their own lives, to move on, to do other things. I don't really care what they do. This is very much a like, I don't care where you go, but you can't stay here. So I would really like for one of them, at least one of them, ideally all of them, to hit the 30-day mark, going 30 days without talking about me at all. And so I'm keeping a daily scoreboard. And so for every day they go without talking about me, they get a point. The first one to 30 wins. Every single time they talk about me at all, to include interacting with that account that's stalking me, they reset to 0. And so today was day 4 of the game. And Keri had a fit about me on Twitter last night, so she lost. Deb and the Queen were both having fits about me as well. They were having a fit about me today, so they're at 0. They're all going to reset to 0. But the fame whore, Baron, Mike Harlow, went all day yesterday without mentioning me, so he got a point. And in 2 minutes, if he hasn't mentioned me in 2 minutes, he's going to get a second point. So that's going to put him at 2-0 for everyone else. So he's going to have a 2-point lead. And that will be the record because Keri also went 2 days without talking about me until she had a hissy fit temper tantrum last night. And so Keri reset to 0. So this is the scoreboard. This is the game. We get to update it in 2 minutes. and release the new she did blow it, Phil. I was like, Keri went 2 days without talking about me, and I was like, "Keri's gonna win. Keri's gonna win. This is gonna be awesome." I was so excited. And then Keri threw a fucking temper tantrum about me in the game because Keri doesn't like the game. Keri's like, Carlin is a narcissist, and that is why she has this game board and she's keeping track of everything we say because she's a narcissist and she just wants attention. And I'm like, Keri, it's exactly the opposite of that. I'm literally trying to incentivize you not to talk about me. Keri, you can win the game by not talking about me. That's all I want. That's it. I just want you to not talk about me. It's the very opposite of attention seeking. I'm like, leave me alone. So, oh, it's midnight. Okay, let me see. Did Mike Harlow talk about me? This is going to be like a momentous occasion if Mike Harlow gets an additional point. Guys, we did it. He did. Congratulations, Mikey. Let me just update the scoreboard. And now Mikey and Keri are going to be tied for the record setting moment. Let me do this real quick. We're doing it live, and then I'm going to go back and read the chat. So it's day 5, September 30th. And we have 2 points for Mikey, the fame whore. I'm updating it on a different screen. So the good Christian and the fame whore are tied for the record right now, each achieving 2 days. So that's good. Yay for them. Okay. Now, if Mikey goes an entire additional 24 hours without talking about me, that's going to mean he's going to have like a point lead. He's going to be at 3. So he will take over. He will take over the record-breaking status. Okay, let me say fuck. All right. And every time I post this on Twitter, I do new commentary on it. So we got to do sports commentary. So let me see. I'm crafting the tweet. Oh, goodness. I've lost my chat. Where did my chat go? Where did it go? I don't know. I'll have to figure it out later. Okay, hang on. I'm crafting a tweet. New board up. The fame whore. Actually, I'll show you guys the window. So this can be a participatory process. There we go. Oh, hang on one sec. There's the screen I'm looking for with the chat. Now I can see the chat. Okay. So, the fame whore takes the lead with 2 points. Let's see. What else should I say? Sadly, due to temper tantrums, the good Christian, stepmom, and the queen all reset to 0 for another day. Oh, and the crowd goes wild. Thank you, Phil. And the crowd goes wild. We all wish them the best of luck with getting back on the board tomorrow. Let's see. Do I have enough space? No, I can't put Queen from England box. I don't have enough characters. So the Queen is going to have to do There we go. You guys saw that in real time, the ceremonial updating of the game. This is basically the best game that has ever been invented in the history of games. I may at some point start a betting pool about who will get to 30 days first. It is the best fucking game. It is. All right. Let me continue going through the chat. Thank you guys for that distraction. We'll see if any of them oh, I did have odds. I did have odds from the okay, let me go back. Okay, so I do have betting odds. I put them up last night. And like I'm serious about these betting odds. This is how and let me talk you through the betting odds. I have to find the one from last night. Okay, here it is. But let's see. Okay, so here are my betting odds for the game. Let me just oh shit. I have to hang on. What I have to do is I have to go and make it so only people who follow me can reply to it. Otherwise, they're going to send their trolls at it and I only want people I like replying to the game. The game is like a special privilege. Okay, so I've updated that. Here are my betting odds for the game. Now, I really as much as I think Keri is a psycho, well, Keri, like, here's the thing about Keri. She's actually normal for everyone else. Well, maybe not everyone. She's normal for many other people. She's just psychotic when it comes to me. Keri, in her head, has convinced herself that I am her abusive mother. And so every time Keri lashes out at me, in her head, she thinks she's lashing out at her mother. Keri has not processed that I'm not actually her mother. I'm not making this up. That's true. But that being said, I do think Keri is the odds-on favorite to win because Keri usually sends other people to do her dirty work for her. So it would not be uncommon for Keri to like instigate someone else talking about me so that she herself doesn't have to do it. So I do think that Keri is the odds-on favorite to win. I gave her 6-5 odds, which is pretty good. I think Mike Harlow, I put in second place simply because his loyalty is only and exclusively to whatever he needs to say and do to be famous. So if Mike Harlow had someone say to him, if you don't cut this shit out, you're not going to be representing us anymore. I do think that Mike Harlow would shut the fuck up. So, because I do think that he is smart enough on some level to place his career and his fame as a higher priority than obsessing over me. I just think right now he's using obsessing over me because he thinks it's advancing his career, which is a whole other problem in and of itself regarding the type of community that he is involved with and why I want nothing to do with conservative activism ever, 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 ever again. Now, stepmom Deb Philman, I feel like has impulse control. And she's really hung up about me because she's an Aries too. I'm a more powerful Aries than Deb. Deb is like Aries and like Pisces, something, whatever. I'm fucking Aries, Leo, and I have Pluto in my first house. I am a powerful bitch. But Deb thinks she's more powerful than me. And she tries to prove she's more powerful than me, like all the time. And so she, because of her Aries, she has impulse control or like lacks impulse control rather. And I understand that because I sometimes lack impulse control as well. So I get it. But I think Deb is really got a hang up about me. And I just don't think that Deb can resist making a comment. If Deb has something to say, she's going to interact with that stalker account every fucking day of the week. And so I don't think her odds are good, but I think they are slightly better. Just slightly better than the Queen's because I think that the Queen is quite frankly being manipulated by all of them. And I think he has been for a while. And that's actually very sad to me. However, I get over my sadness right quickly when he has spread lies about me around the internet, doxed my friends, done all sorts of nonsense. Like, I get over my sadness of making fun of the fact that I do think he's actually being manipulated by people because he has done horrible, horrible things. Really, really bad. And I think that his priority is on destroying me. I think the queen's number one priority in life is destroying me because he thinks he's proving something about how he feels about me by destroying me, even though all it really proves is just how many lies he's told on the internet about me. But he's trying to make a point about destroying me. Destroying me is his number one priority, which is why I think he will absolutely lose. I think he will be at the bottom of the game every single day. I don't think he can stop talking about me. I really think he's incapable. So maybe this is maybe I based my odds on like impulse control. I think that Keri has moments where she has bad impulse control, but I also think that Keri lets other people do her dirty work, which is why I think ultimately she'll probably get to 30 before anyone else. Um, I think Mike Harlow has impulse control when it comes to him being famous because he's always going to prioritize that. Deb, I think, has slightly better impulse control than the queen, but not significantly. And so that's why I ranked the odds the way I did. Let me see. See, now we're on to total. We started this stream was a serious stream for like the first hour and a half. This was a for people who just joined, this was a really good, very professional, super serious stream for like the first hour and a half of the stream. We did a lot of good work tonight. We ate our vegetables. And now we're having our dessert, okay? Now we're talking about drama and bullshit. Yeah, I blackpilled everyone in the first hour and a half of the stream, and so now we're having fun. Because if we don't laugh, we will cry. All right, let me scroll through the chat. I've missed so much in the chat. We'll just keep the odds. Actually, let me get that off the screen. We don't need the game on the screen anymore. Oh, the hordes all the every single one of them is going to lose. Every single one of them is going to lose today. I'm telling you right now. Because I talked about them on this stream, they're all gonna be on Twitter, they're all gonna be like, Carlin made a whole video about us. Keri on Twitter last night said, Carlin has made 40 videos about me. No, I haven't. That is not true at all. I have not in any way made 40 videos about her. But Keri counts every single time I mention her ever as making an entire video about her. I may make a clip of this though. I'm probably gonna make a clip of this. That's probably gonna happen. Just for funsies. Tomorrow's Friday. It's Funsies Friday. All right, let me see. Let me see. I'm so far back in the chat right now. Oh, thank you, King Peter. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Adam did definitely change. There's something about I understand why people get sucked into this space. I get it. Now and again, I've said it a million times. Thank God I didn't come to YouTube when I was younger. I would have completely gotten sucked into this space if I came to YouTube when I was younger. Luckily, I came to YouTube when I was 40. I came to YouTube after I had lived a good amount of life, built a couple businesses, been in the real world, did real things, hung out with normal people, never read comic books, never obsessed with culture shit. No offense to anyone who reads comic books, nothing wrong with that. But like, I came in a very different place than most content creators on YouTube. And I don't care about being famous at all. And I'm not impressed by famous people. And I never realized how different I was from like other people until I got into this space, and like everyone's just so impressed with everyone. Everyone's like falling over everyone, and everyone just wants to be famous. I'm like, I never wanted to be famous. Never wanted it. Never did. Never did. And I'm not impressed with people who are. You know what I'm going to do tonight? Just for fun. Phil and Bot are getting promoted to moderator. I have blessed Phil and Bot with the wrench because Phil and Bot were awarded the Order of Merit in my cult. So that's the cred. Phil and Bot now blessed with the wrench. Congratulations. Thank you too for your service and for your gift game last night. That was hilarious. Phil and Bot were fucking hilarious on Twitter last night. Fucking hilarious. That's how you get your wrench in this. That's how you get the wrench in this chat. That's how you get the wrench. You amuse the hell out of your cult leader, and you get the wrench as a result. Use it wisely, please. Well, Robert Barnes blocked me on Twitter after I told him that Twitter told me I reported him for something I didn't report him for. Here's what happened. I got a fucking email one day from Twitter saying, you reported Robert Barnes for hate speech, and we found that he violated our hate speech policy. And I was like, what the fuck? I've never reported Robert Barnes for anything, much less hate speech. But Twitter sent me a fucking notification that I had. And then I posted that on Twitter and I tagged Barnes in it. I was like, Barnes, just so you know, Twitter just told me that I reported you for something that I never fucking reported you for. And then he fucking blocked me. I was like, some thanks, bro. Some thanks. So I don't think that's ever going to happen. I used to like Viva. Viva has kind of become conservative shill for me. Now, that's not like, I think Viva is very smart. I think Barnes is very smart too. And I've really enjoyed their analysis on occasion. But it's like you try to do a good deed. You try to do a good deed for someone. And it just like you end up getting blocked on Twitter for it. Yeah, it's not that delay. I'm going back through the chats because I wasn't paying attention to the chat. Yeah, the problem with the Horde is that they bonded around hating me. We bonded around something of purpose. They won't stop because you're the glue that holds that group together. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Now, what I expected to happen on Twitter when I got banned, what I expected to happen was they were going to detox from me and turn on each other. But that never happened. They just kept talking about me. Like every day. Like, how sad. I just want them to stop. That's all I want. That's all I want. My cult has a purpose. We have a mission. We are going to discredit and turn the public against the public schools. And that's it. Let's see. Bot asked Keri to go 30 days so she could bet on her, and Keri blocked her. Oh, man. Keri has such a bend about me. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yep, Reagan, I agree. Like I said, like I think that Keri is going to say the least because she lets other people do her dirty work for her. And I think Keri will eventually win the game. But like here's the real question. How fucking long is it going to take for one of them to go 30 days without talking about me? This is why like some people say it takes 30 days to build a habit. It takes 30 days to break a habit or to build the new habit, I guess. In reality, it takes closer to like 60 to 90 because people fuck up. Right? So it's like when you go back to the gym after New Year's and you're like, I'm going to lose weight for my New Year's resolution. And you go to the gym for like every day for like 2 weeks. And then you're like, I don't wanna do this anymore. And then you stop going to the gym. You fuck up and you go back to square one, or like, maybe you don't go all the way back. Like you can't like go like back to start, but you backtrack, right? And then you have to start building up the habit again. I think it's kind of exactly the same with this game. I think maybe one of them can go like maybe a week without talking about me, but eventually it's just like the habit's going to kick back in. So I don't know, how long is it gonna take for someone to get to 30 days without talking about me? I really don't know. It could be years. It could be decades. I don't know. That's not correct, Nick. Mike Harlow talked about me 2 days ago. That's not correct. Because it's not just mentioning my name. The game is not just about mentioning my name. I don't want him talking about me at all. Not at all. I don't want him alluding to me. I don't want him talking to that fucking stalker account. That counts as talking about me because it's a stalking account about me. So that's not true. He did. He mentioned it 2 days ago. Oh, yeah, Mikey's probably gonna fuck up tomorrow. Yeah, probably is. Let's see. Just scrolling through the chat, guys. I'm glad you guys appreciate the game. I am very amused by the game. It's so simple. It's so simple.